Hey, I'm Derek. I'm going to take a moment to show you how to winterize your Dash 6 Series by fiber. So the first thing you want to do is evacuate all water possible from your tanks, your manifolds, and from the Dash itself. So first thing you're going to do is start with your control manifold. You are going to open your valves. I would honestly leave one of these open for winter. You don't have to, but there's a drain plug on the bottom. So if you've got lots of water in your tanks, drain it out, and then pull the plug on the bottom. So as it drains, it falls into there. Some guys will winterize it, and then they drive and they move it to another location. And let's say there was a little bit of water in the bottom of the tank and it made its way to its drain. You want to make sure that you leave that drain plug out for winter, so then after you move it, it continues to drain. Some guys will also take the flange fittings on the bottom of each tank and take them off. Depending how your plumbing job is or how it was plumbed, sometimes that 90-degree fitting on the bottom of the tank will have water trapped in it, and so just so you don't crack that fitting, just take it and dump it out and just leave it off for the winter, and spring put them back on. Next we're going to do is open all your valves. Take your boom, or if you have a hose reel, open that up. And open your cam locks just a little bit so air can get through here. You're going to take your master water valve. You're going to open this up, and if you have the boost kit on the 6 Series, then open that up as well. There should be possibly some water locked in there that'll start coming out of the manifold. On the far side of the stainless steel manifold, there is a drain plug on the bottom. Again, go and pull that drain plug out and let this manifold drain out with as much water as possible. You are going to want to turn on your air diaphragm pump next. Make sure that's on, and you're sucking fresh water out of the system, and you want to just run a few of your circuits just to get so start starving for air, and you want to pull all that water out of there as much as possible, and get that water evacuated. After you've got the water out of the air diaphragm pumps and whatnot, you're going to close your master water off. You're going to close these back off if you had some of them open. If there's any water inductors, you got it drained into your manifold's empty. Put your plug back in your manifold on the far side. So drain it out with as much water as possible. Once you got the water out, then put your plugs back in and have this shut off. The other thing you want to do is pull the pump, or the plug on the bottom of the pump. So every pump has a plug in it. Pull the very bottom drain plug. You can crack the plug on the top as well to let air in so it drains faster, but that will drain whatever water is in the bottom of the pump and leave that plug out for winter. So you've got this closed up again. The master water is closed. Drain plug is empty. These are all shut. These valves are open with the drain plug open and the manifold plug back in after the water is evacuated. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to change your rinse source to pull out a D. You're going to put your sprayer antifreeze in here. 2 pails is usually lots. I think at the factory we can do it in 8 gallons, but I would throw 2 pails in here, and if you miss the timing a little bit, then you might need a little bit more, but 2 pails should easily do it. So now you're pulling out of this inductor. First thing I want to do is turn on your water agitate in this inductor. So now you're going to get antifreeze into your pump and going back into here. So you can just let that run for a little bit, and you got antifreeze coming back out. Close that off. If you've got other water agitates, you're going to again come open this up. As soon as you have antifreeze coming out, you can close that off. If you got any chem pumps or tote transfer hoses that you need to clean or to winterize that way, the hoses themselves are okay. The big thing is those pumps down there. So use your tote transfer hoses to plug into here, into this port, plug into the pump, plug the pump into tank D. So some of you have up to 2 pumps or 3, depending on how many you've added. What you're going to want to do then is run your antifreeze, open this up. It's going to push it through that pump into this inductor, and you just run the corresponding pumps and go and repeat that process for as many pumps as you have to get antifreeze into each chem pump so that those are ready. You're also going to take your hand sprayer and you're going to spray that into here until you have antifreeze coming out. So now your hand sprayer is done, this is done, your chem pumps are done, and your agitates are done. Next, after that, you're going to close all your lids and you're going to step on these foot valves until you have antifreeze coming out of each one. So start in D, run it for a bit, and then come along here and just go each one until you have antifreeze coming out of every rinse top. Last thing we're going to do, we're going to go back down to the bottom, and I'll show you the last procedure. Is so every circuit has been run with antifreeze going through it. Now, what we're going to do is do all your last rinse valves. So we're going to start on H, and we're going to work our way over to D. So you're going to pull H all the way down, and it's until you've got antifreeze coming out of that rinse circuit. Close it. Do S. You got antifreeze coming out. Close it. A. Close it. And then the last one is D. And when you pull D, what's going to happen is all your antifreeze that you've been pulling from is going to flood into this manifold down here. But it's going to, because it's the last circuit, the pump is primed. You can just pull it until you hear the pump start cavitating. It's going to be pushing through that last rinse valve and that nozzle, and it will get it in time. So do D last. And then you're done. You've got antifreeze in your manifold sitting in here for winter, all your valves. Honestly, for winter, after you're done, I like to leave all these open. So it's, yeah, always want to store valves open or partway open. With this system, because of the top dead center, you can't go all the way, but at least leave it halfway or partway open. And then you can pull your master water as well. You may have some antifreeze come down into here, into that circuit. You can, if you want, put your pump plug back in and fire this up and try to suck all that antifreeze that's in this manifold through that plumbing and dump it out, and then you have antifreeze in here. But you've already evacuated the water. It's not that big a deal, honestly, because it's all drained out. It's just empty. And then this, again, leave these open for winter. And yeah, valves open at least part way. I don't like them closed. Leave them open or halfway, and should be good. Don't forget your pressure washer system. If you've got additional auxiliary systems, make sure you've run, antifreeze through here, just like you would run water through. You might need additional antifreeze for systems like that, and don't forget about those circuits. So, yeah, that's how you winterize the dash trailer.